What's up guys, Digi Dustin here with my latest little Digimon, Flora. Now obviously I didn't get to name her or it would have been something much dorkier, but I picked her up Sunday after a 12-hour drive, and this video will be a little different. Obviously the point of Operation Generation of Friendship was to put down your fronts with your friends and be sentimental, but I do that a lot and I haven't seen my friends in a while, and if you do it too much it becomes a little weird. So instead of just like dropping into their inbox every like 3 months and telling them how much I love them, I'm going to make this video telling them how much I love them with code names, so it's not weird or there's no invasion of privacy. And I'll put up pictures and videos of Flora throughout the video so everyone can look at her. Might I say I am so glad that the irony of me getting Flora during Operation Generation of Friendship and yesterday being National Dog Day, kind of disappointed I wasn't putting up pictures of her and Garurumon. But yes, so let's get started. Quick break to put her away. Majestic. Anyway, this video, whatever you want to call it, will be a little bit of a ramble episode, as I don't know, I talk about some dreams I've had recently about my friends, and I don't know, that might seem weird, but I don't usually have dreams about my friends. Usually I have nightmares, so pretty cool, especially during this week. Maybe friendship's on my mind, who knows. And as like the friends pop up, I'll say a few words. So my first dream only had one of my friends that I see every here and there, but it's very scattered. I'm gonna call him Peter Pan because even though he's like the same age as me, he is like forever 12 to all of our friends. In fact, we get, every time he has a birthday, we get him a cake, and I think he's turned 14 by now, but no, he's still 12. And we actually hooked up for some video gaming, and I was able to import my own character from my own like save file, and all of his characters were like level 100, and I bring in my character and he is like so distraught because I am level 0 with 0 stats everywhere, and he's like, what is that? And I'm just like, Natsuki Subaru, I play on hard mode. And for the record, I have recently been watching ReZero, but since I could tell he was panicking about this, I had another character I could bring in that was really powerful. But as I did, he noticed that I was playing on Xbox more recently, so he wanted to swap to Halo, and that was really disappointing because Halo, or Xbox, is far more than just Halo. But I agreed, and for some reason I had like auto aim assist, so even my automatics were basically needlers. It was pretty nice. But so let's start with Peter Pan, since he got his own dream. I haven't hung out with him in a while, and it feels terrible. We used to work together. He is a total nerd, one of my few tabletop friends, and we really clicked. I do hope that we can start hanging out more again soon. I know COVID is like destroying hanging out. But anyway, so on to my next dream. I'm really sad because the interesting bits don't involve my friends. But so there was a party going on, and I wonder if this has to do with my birthday coming up, August 29th. No, but Yeah, I was a little sad because birthdays are my favorite holiday. Not just mine, like everybody's. I think birthdays are the bomb. I know most people end up hating their birthdays as adults. No, my birthday will always be number one. But my roommate, my roommate, my girlfriend, she recently got a few weeks off work because one of her coworkers tested positive for COVID. Our test came back negative, but that means that we definitely can't hang out with people anytime soon. And so that kind of cancels my birthday plans, but we'll just push it back a little bit or something. I don't know. Anyway, so the dream. There's this party going on. It's nighttime. It's like it's almost like a frat party, but I don't know. I think we're way too old for that. And so naturally, we'll start with the two roomies. Naturally, the Mao was there. He can be a bit cynical, a bit sassy. Persona of being a cat is definitely on point, but he is also one of the most reliable friends that I've had in a long time. Like, if I ever need anything, just ask him and I know he'll do it. Like, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't take advantage of this, and if I did, I also know that he would reliably shut anyone down who was doing that. But yes, just a really good person, really good friend. Heck, when we really started hanging out with him, he'd bring pizza over to our apartment back then all the time. Then the other roommate, the girlfriend, I'll call her the Bork because no persona, but like we kind of have a thing where she is a seal and I am a ferret. It's been a running thing for a long time. There's a lot to say, I guess, but I definitely don't want to make this too mushy. She asks a lot of people, and it can get on people's nerves, but I think that's definitely one of her most redeeming qualities because she sees the good in everybody, so when someone does something that rubs her the wrong way, she will definitely be vocal about it and try to have them do better because she believes that they can. And I think that a lot of us stay silent about these things. Like, it's not our business, but if they're our friend, it kind of is our business. So if we believe they can do better, we should try to ask better of them. And then I'll call him Ash Dog. Make it really inconspicuous, but he'll know. Ash Dog was obviously there, like, to the point that these three people that I brought up, I didn't even notice were there in my dream, just because I knew that they were there. God, we met a long time ago, but the first time we actually met was at one of my birthday parties, and it was weird because both him and me didn't really know why he was there. Well, I suppose he did. He was actually asking to hang out, but we didn't really know each other, and we didn't really hang out while he was at my birthday. But fast forward to now, and he's, I guess you could say he's one of those extroverts that adopts introverts, because he definitely pushed his way in, and now we're like, I guess you could say besties, playing random co-op games on Game Pass all the time. For the record, he definitely is the one who got me on the Microsoft bandwagon. Don't get me wrong, I used to be a total Sony and Nintendo fan, but I like researching things and stuff, and they're pretty anti-consumer, but that doesn't really mean much to me. I'm always going to buy whatever games I want to play. I don't care about the corporation, but Game Pass is a really good deal. But soon you won't even need an Xbox to play it. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you can just hop on your phone here in a little bit, and you'll have xCloud and can just play from there. But I suppose this wasn't supposed to be a Microsoft sales pitch. Anyway, moving on. Um, then we had the Bun and the Bear. They showed up. We haven't seen them in quite a few years. They've always kind of been like a friend of our roommates, con friends, but they were always the mom friends in the group. The Bun was the hyperactive, energetic one, while the Bear was always in the background, kind of doing her thing, unless she warmed up to you. But I've always really respected these two friends, because normally you'd think like a hyperactive, energetic one and someone staying back would just be loose cannons, but they've always had some of like the best heads on their shoulders out of like everyone I knew. Always extremely responsible, and one of the few people who could get our friend groups to actually like mobilize to do good things. Like they had sleepovers before and was able to get everyone to clean up before or when they woke up, and when they visited our place before, they actually took care of the dishes. They usually cook. These are all things that I'm sure a lot of people don't notice or appreciate with friends enough, but as someone who always does the dishes and like always tries to like take care of things, I've always thought that it was superb. Anyway, moving on. After them, instead of a code name, I'll just go ahead and advertise for him a bit. Good friend Kiro Dash was there. We first met at anime club. We didn't really know each other too well, but we hung out more and more, like first through friends and then cons, rooming together and stuff. And we ended up like becoming really good friends. We're a very tight-knit circle. We were roommates for a long time. He's a wonderful artist. He's very protective, kind. Not really sure how to put it, but compassionate. That might be it. If he notices things aren't going well for you, he'll definitely make time for his friends. He's a pretty good person. And then the Mods Hogs. We all noticed that Big Mod wasn't there, and we were complaining. How dare Big Mod not show up? We love Big Mod. But then Mr. and Mrs. Mod were there, and they were like, yeah, what the heck, Big Mod? And we were astounded. To say the least, we were really close friends with the Mods Hogs for a good while. I suppose it wasn't too long, but we clicked really well. We were like hanging out almost every night, and they were co-workers of the Bork, but when the Bork ended up leaving, they were also like not just co-workers, they were the store owners. So like they're super busy 24/7, and since then it's just been really hard to find time to hang out or talk or anything. So I guess the point is we really miss the Mods Hogs, and hopefully we'll be able to chillax with them again sometime soon. I suppose with this pandemic again, things like that are just really hard. Oh, and I suppose since I already talked so much about Microsoft, last year, I believe? Yes, last year, they actually gifted me an Xbox One, and that was when I first started playing Microsoft. So even though Ashdog is the one who kept talking about it, they're the ones who I suppose really started my interest. And I definitely have a lot more friends to talk about in this video, but I'm not sure if any of the others showed up in this dream, because this was a dream. Yes, I am still on the dream. Like I said, this is bound to be a rambling episode. So then I end up having to go to the store for a few things for the party, and on the way I end up seeing like signs everywhere. Not actual signs, but like the leaves would spell words and stuff. It was like a warning. And they say that the part of your brain that recognizes words and whatnot isn't active while you're dreaming. So I recognized what I saw as a warning and words, but I don't recall any of it. And then I get to the store, and like there's 2 police officers, and they're telling everyone to freeze and put their hands up, and everyone's under arrest. And so I was compliant, but then I noticed like they were, one of them was saying like, freeze, put your hands up, and the other was saying, you're under arrest, and they were saying it over and over again in weird ways, and I was like, oh, this is a code. This isn't actually people under arrest. This is a robbery. And so once I came to that recognition, I was like, okay. And I just walked up to one of them, punched him in the jaw, stole their gun. He was like, I have a gun now, and pointed at the other guy, and he was like mocking me like, yeah, people who pick those up don't know how to use. And then I shot him, and I took his gun. And then I got the stuff I came to the store for and started going back. And like the guy who got shot chased me a bit, and we like fought, but I won. And this is all really weird because usually I have nightmares. But anyway, that's about all I recall from the dream. So let's start talking about my other friends that I haven't brought up yet. Man, this is going to be hard for me to recall everybody. You know who knows my friends better than I do? Facebook. Let's try that. So first we got Cheese Grater. Love Cheese Grater. So met him at cons where some of the people I was rooming with for the con were like, hey, let him in. It'll be like cheaper and we can vouch for him. And me being the money grubber I am, I was like, heck yeah. And that happened a few times. I really wonder, Cheese Grater, what were you doing? Why did you never come to the cons with rooms? But anyway, it all worked out because now we're like super tight friends. He lives in a different state, sadly, so we don't get to hang out much, but among like all of our friends, he's crazy. Like, he is willing to drive hours just to say hi. Super good guy. I almost called him Mr. FBI because he, I think he's pursuing a career in that. Not entirely sure. But, then let's see. God, I want to say then we have the Ginger, but I wonder how many of my friends would, like, not know who I'm talking about. Then we have the Dad Ginger. How about that? He's an old gaming buddy from, like, when I first started playing card games. But he's gotten caught up with life, being a teacher, being a dad, and everything. So we don't hang out much, but he's definitely like that person that you're always like, man, they're so cool, we should hang out with them more. Then we got the theater kid. He's a total jerk. Everyone in our friend group was like, man, he's such a jerk, but we also love him, and he's also a good guy. It's weird how many jerks you'll find who will be like completely cynical and standoffish, but also like totally sweet and considerate. Like, yeah, sometimes they'll say something that hurts your feelings, but if you let them know, they'll like apologize instantly. I suppose it's just something that comes with a bit of confidence you're okay saying whatever. And being a jerk isn't a bad thing. It's usually funny. As long as you're a jerk and a nice person. If you're a jerk and a rude person, then hopefully someone somewhere can change your personality just a little bit. God, I have too many friends on Facebook. I'm one of those people who like never refuses friend request. I suppose I shouldn't say that on this video, but don't worry. If you're watching this video, then I'd probably accept your friend request anyway. Then we have the rock and roll couple. We met a long time ago at a video gamers club. I think that's when we first met. We met through a friend, but now we're pretty good friends. We don't talk too often, but I mean, it's kind of at a point where we don't need to. Like, if we see each other, it's like, hey, those are cool people that we really enjoy hanging out with. What's up? You want to drop all of your plans and hang out with us for the rest of the day? And, right, I suppose I should stop, jumping around the person who has introduced me to a good number of these people. Let's just call him the Great Panda. We don't talk that much anymore. We don't hang out that much anymore because, you know, life makes things hard sometimes, although I am actively trying to fight that and say hi to all of my friends whenever possible, but it's fine if we don't, because we met back in like third grade. I think sixth grade is when we like really hit it off, but like at this point we're essentially brothers. Like, we could not see each other for 10 years, God forbid, and it would be like we saw each other yesterday. Who else? You know, people say that there's definitely significance to people you meet in person. And I agree, like, you do not know someone entirely until you meet them in person, but you do have a persona of someone that you've met online. So, talking about some of my internet friends for a second who have went above and beyond. First, just within the Digimon community alone, these operations, I've recruited a bunch of like YouTubers and the like for them, and Godhand Gaming was the first to really start like interacting with me, and we've hit it off pretty well since then, and we've talked a lot, and we've started talking to Huddy TCG, and now we're pretty chill friends. We just talk about random stuff. Definitely a group of friends, like when I have nothing going on, people I can come back, relax with, talk about whatever, maybe set up some video plans for you awesome people. They've definitely made this whole experience more enjoyable, I suppose I should say. And let's see, I am definitely offending a lot of people here who probably expect, why haven't you talked about me yet? I am literally your bestest friend. And you know what? I know that I am not talking about so many of my friends, but I am also dumb and on the spot and didn't think about this ahead of time. Let's see, to all of my card game friends, I won't call you all out individually, just save time. I mean, I'm sure some of you I know a lot more than others and would like to hang out with more than others. But to all of my card friends that I know personally, I love you guys, and hopefully when this pandemic blows over, we can hang out and play card games again. I have not kept up with Card Fight at all. I've jumped out of the game for various reasons, none of which is Bushiroad's fault. I do still really like Bushiroad, and still kind of want to play Weiss Schwarz, even though I'm not going to invest in a game that has no players. But, well, no players around me. But, I don't know, throw a deck in my hand and we'll definitely have some games to play. And to all of my card friends that I don't know personally, but you're on my friend list for one reason or another, I definitely think you're cool. Like, if you put out content or just posted cool stuff, then I liked what you said enough because you're still on my friends list, obviously. To all of the wonderful ladies, or not ladies, that the Bork has met on her dating sites, mostly for friends, but, you know, sometimes for other stuff. If we've never met, but you're on my friends list, it's because I think you're cool and you bring something cool to my feed. And if we have met and you're still on my friends list, then it's because I thought you were super cool, and I don't know, maybe we can hang out again sometime. Blah, blah, blah. I suppose I want to give some shout outs to, you know, I don't think it's really a loose definition of friendship to say that certain members of this community have definitely, like, taken my experience within it to, like, the next level. I know Scott and Peter of the London's Players Guild, we don't really talk. Okay, so not really friends, minor acquaintances, I suppose, but the tournaments they throw have definitely helped my experience. Same with Rays. Again, we don't talk much. And Orange with the website, but also we do chat a bit. Really fun guy. You know, I never knew who Ahmad Badawi was, but since I'm on Facebook, let me see real quick, because he has always been there, like, helping me out in one way or another, and I've just been like, okay, this is a cool guy, but is he... No. Okay. He's not a moderator of anything, I don't think. But still, he's helped me out a lot. Ramon Castro, Sebastian. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to use code names. Well, I suppose, when did I stop using code names? Anyway, I suppose that, since hopefully mostly Digimon people will be seeing this, you all know who I'm talking about. These people are pretty active within the community. Ahmad, Sebastian, Ramon Castro, the Digimon Emperor. I'm definitely becoming friends with a lot of moderators for Digimon Nerds for Life. Really cool people. In fact, most of the moderators for the Digimon groups are, like, really chill. Is there any more rambling for me to do? God, I know, like, I probably have friends that I see almost... Aha! Every week. Okay. I did not forget about you, J Chili. I'm just saving the best for last. J Chili, so We met at work. We were co-workers, and honestly, most of my co-workers, I was really nice. I was like the younger brother, but don't tell them that I essentially turned my brain off at work and see everyone else as like inhuman machines, and I just want to get my work done, and that makes me a really good worker, but I don't know if that makes me a good person. Anyway, I never really expected us to like hang out outside of work, but we ended up talking about nerd stuff every here and there, and the Bork also worked there at the same time he did, and she talked to him more than I did, and suddenly he was joining our tabletop group, and like the tabletop group eventually stopped hanging out as much, but even then, we see him literally every week. Except for weeks where it's like, oh my god, we might have COVID, don't come over. We don't see him those weeks. But other than that, he comes over every week, and we don't even have a tabletop thing going on right now, and I feel terrible because if you're gonna hang out with someone, you should be doing something. Like, if you're hosting, you should be the cool, fun one, and that's not always the case. And I guess, like, most people are like, no, it's enough to just hang out. And I'm like, no. I mean, yes, it is. I appreciate your company, but I want everyone to be entertained. And the fact that he still comes over, even when sometimes the only thing we got going on is chilling, I really appreciate that, Jay Chili, and you're definitely one of our closest friends. And again, save the best for last. Not, I've totally forgotten about all of my cool friends. While bringing this up, oh, right, I intended on talking about Old Man GM. Man, I need a lot of dog pictures if I'm going to keep going with it. Anyway, Old Man GM. So, he was our old GM. He actually lives with Peter Pan. But, again, we met at work, co-workers. Actually met before that because, because the Bork worked there first. But he was my first experience to tabletop role-playing. I used to role-play on Gaia all the time. You write an essay to someone, and there's like 5 people, and y'all write essays back and forth of like 1,000 words to form a story. I've always enjoyed that, but he was my first experience with tabletop role-playing, and it definitely lit a fire within me. I haven't roleplayed with tabletop in like a year, and I am drained from it. But he's always made the experience fun. A lot of annoying, bad things happened between us, but it's not all circumstance, but it was mostly circumstance, and definitely none of it would have happened without circumstances. So yes, there's definitely been like an affliction within our friendship, like within the friend group as a whole, but I think that can totally be remedied and repaired. I never hold grudges in the first place, so it's like, whatever. It's chill. God. Just like remembering these people gives me anxiety because I'm like, who am I forgetting? Who am I forgetting that is just like super, super good friends with me? And I'm just like, no, you're not going to be talked about. Sure. Let's just say this. If you consider me a really good friend and I did not bring you up, Just remember that I almost didn't bring up someone that I see every week. And that hell, I saved someone that I'm almost brothers with for last as well. Chances are, I definitely think that you're just as good of a friend as you think I am. You probably think I'm a much worse friend now, but no, I love you guys. Okay, I think I'll wrap up this thing here because I feel bad and I can't think of anybody else. So to all my friends, I love you guys, and to everyone else, oh wait, and also to all of my friends, like, talk to me about these operations, because I would totally love if you participated. And to everybody else, as well as my friends, also take part in the operation. Stay wholesome, guys. All right, later.